For this video, I'm going to cover how to make a street light and a stop sign. You don't really need to have both, but you're going to need to have at least one at the intersections. Otherwise, you're going to end up having a little boom boom with some cars or whatever you have going on the roads. So if you, I've had students with their cities choose not to do any stoplights or stop signs at the corners, and then they'll have a bunch of cars like crashing and stuff saying, oh man, where'd that sign go? And then this kid ended up having in the sky a UFO that had magnetized all the stop signs underneath, and then it had a little speech bubble going tee hee hee. So I thought that was kind of funny. Well, I'm going to, so it's like he still created them, but yeah, it was goofy. Alright, so how to get this started. So what we're going to do is, now you can go turbo, make a street light or stop sign for all of your corners. I'm just going to demonstrate doing it on one location and then do a sign on the other location. So I'm just going to be working up close for both of them so that you can see it the best that you can on this video instead of squinting the whole time. So first off, the height of it is super important. A lot of people make them too short. If you make them too short, then think about a semi-truck. How could a semi-truck with a cargo that is pretty much the height of a one-story building, how could it seems like it anyway, how could it get underneath the street light if you make it so short? It's just going to nail the thing right off. So we need to figure out the height of this thing, and I'm going to say that it is to the height of these windows right here. And so I'm going to cover up kind of my little lines that I've made in the past, and I'm going to cut right through here and draw down as close to the street as possible. And so I'm intersecting the corner of this building and going to erase. Now you could make a post from this post, rather you could make the horizontal line, which is the lights would be on. You could do that coming from both directions. You could make a post that matches up on this side. There's so many different ways you could make street lights, but I'm just going to do it this one way, and if you're like, nah, I don't like it, then by all means you can go online and just draw from observation some that you do like. Alright, so I'm going to match up from the top of my vanishing point. Since I'm doing the left side, I need to line up to my right vanishing point. Oops. No, I made a squiggle. I'm so sorry, drawing. Okay, so now I'm lined up. I'm going to draw a line coming across. And after I have that, I'm going to make another line lining up to the vanishing point, pretty much showing the depth. So after I have this, let me zoom in a little bit. After I have this pretty much straw, figure out the thickness of this straw, put your pencil on the vanishing point, and now draw. And it should be getting just a smidge bigger as it gets closer to you. Okay. Okay, so we have that pretty much done. Now I'm going to close off this post, go straight down. After we have done that, man, I'm wishing I would have drawn lighter on my windows and doors now. Okay, so after we've done that, now we have to figure out where our lights would be. Now I know I haven't made any dashes on this side, but if I were to, let's just loosely say there was a dash that was right there. We want to find the middles between the dash, so I'm going to make a mark in between, just saying, I think that's pretty eyeballed the middle. So I'm going to line that up and go straight up and make a line. And this line would be where our light would be. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this guy. Now after we have that mark for both of them, then I'm going to do copycat what I did for the top of the post, and mirror it. I'm going to have this go to the vanishing point on the right side, make an angled line on the underneath of those lines, and then I'm going to come straight up. I'm pretty much going to make an enclosed rectangular box. And again, I wish I would have drawn lighter for my lines. Okay, so I have my two lights on there. These are going to be little buildings, so just we need to have the lights have some depth. So I'm going to first match up to my left vanishing point and draw going back and up to enclose it and have so that it is a little hanging box. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other light. Now if you want to be cray perfect, then you could pair up where the back of this one is to match up the corresponding one. I'm just freehanding it, like eyeballing it where I think they match up. But if you want it to be perfect, then make sure that it lines up and you should be good. Okay, now the next thing is we would draw the 3 circles for the lights, and then you can copy and paste that. You can, again, you could put your pencil and line up to the vanishing point and make a dot, make a dot, make a dot. I'm just going to freehand it, saying that where my lights are. Okay, now maybe the lights wouldn't be both right here. If the lights are both right here, that means it's a one-way, meaning all the cars are going that direction. Sometimes streets will have like an arrow on them, you know, saying this is a one-way. So you could do that in addition to it. Otherwise, you would just put circles on one side if it's going to have cars coming from both directions. So if you're going to have that, then I know it may look unfinished, but you would end up just having it like that, and you would not have one. If you have one right here, then maybe you have an arrow turn signal for that. You know, it's your city. You look up some stuff that you want to do and go from that. All right. So now I'm just gonna showcase right down the bottom right corner how to do a street light. Street light doesn't matter how tall this guy is because it's off to the side and it's not cutting over top of the street. So he can be shorter, but I'm going to have it be right down in the corner at the curb again. I'm going to draw mirroring 2 lines, make a post. Now to close it off, I'm going to go to the left vanishing point and I'm going to be making a square. So I'm matching up, made 2 lines, and now I'm going to close down. Have 2 lines going down. This square we're going to turn into an octagon. So all we need to do is make some parallel lines that chip into it. So I'm going to go at the corner in the top left and bottom right and go parallelly on those guys. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom right and top, or bottom left and top right, and chip those 2 corners off. So that would be making our octagon. And if you do a better job than me at drawing lightly, then when you go to erase it, you won't see the lines like I'm struggling to today. Okay? I feel like that post is a little bit on the thick side, so I'm going to go back and thin it down some. But other than that, that's it. Unless you're wanting to throw in some extra details. Okay? Hope this was helpful for you.